TGIF, thank God it's Formula One. Friday's offering of F1 action was a joy to behold at Silverstone. Whether you got sucked into George Russell's one qualifying lap in Q3 that received a standing ovation from the British crowd, or you just enjoyed seeing Lewis Hamilton reignite Mercedes' season once again with a sensational Q3 that saw him go on pole for Saturday's sprint race. Now, some people may have got confused qualifying on a Friday for a sprint race on a Saturday that's kind of basically qualifying for the race on Sunday, but there are still points on offer. Yeah, it all got a bit muddled sometimes this week, and the launch of the new 2022 car as well. But all we know is that Friday night at Silverstone in the sunshine was something that everyone could enjoy with some competitive racing. So let's here at GPFans dive into everything that went on Friday at Silverstone. Although before we do that, just a reminder, like the 10,500 people that have already done it, and a big thank you to them, hit the subscribe button down below to stay abreast with everything we do this season. So Formula One starts with the new, but has a dash of the tried and tested old. Lewis Hamilton will start F1's first ever sprint race from top spot on the grid, as the sun-soaked Silverstone ushered in a new format for qualifying for the British Grand Prix this weekend. It was qualifying, Jim, but not as we know it, as Hamilton thrilled the home crowd by setting the fastest time across the hour-long session on Friday evening. But the FIA has decided that it will not count to his pole position tally, which seems unfair, because it's the same thing that we normally see on a Saturday. Instead, Hamilton will simply lead away the field in his Mercedes on Saturday for the 17-lap sprint race, the outcome of which will then set the grid for Sunday's Grand Prix, and the winner of that race claiming the pole spot, unless there are any penalties, of course, as well, and there's probably a chance of those. Hamilton beat Red Bull driver Max Verstappen by just 0.075 seconds, and that after making a sizable mistake in the final sector. The Britain's Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas was able to claim third. With 3 points on offer for the winner of the sprint race on Saturday, 2 for second place and 1 for third, Hamilton has a great chance to close the 32-point cushion that has grown between he and Verstappen in recent races. Hamilton is not credited with pole, however, as that is reserved for the winner of the sprint race that takes place on Saturday, but addressing the home support, he was elated. "We have missed you for a whole year," said Hamilton. "So to come to Silverstone and have a full crowd like this, you see the energy, and coming into it, I was hopeful that the great work we have done together in the team and the energy of the fans would get us there. This is down to the fans." Hamilton's lap time gave Mercedes some much needed respite after losing out to Red Bull in each of the last 5 races. With practice not beginning until the afternoon at Silverstone, Hamilton explained why he decided to use the spare time in the morning to complete simulator work at the Mercedes factory. "I was in the sim at the factory on Tuesday and we had this morning free, so I was like, I'm not going to sit around and waste time. Let's get to it," explained Hamilton. "We did a practice session in there this morning, also just trying to develop it and give as much information to the guys. We are squeezing every ounce of performance from this thing, but it was holding together today, so I'm over the moon." More good news for Mercedes fans and less good news for Red Bull to start the British Grand Prix weekend, as the team has been hit with a €1,000 fine after Sergio Perez was clocked for excessively speeding in the pit lane at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. And when I say excessively speeding, I mean it. Now, pit lane speeding is not unusual, but ordinarily drivers are only a few kilometres over the limit, with nominal fines issued by the stewards. On this occasion, however, Perez was clocked in the pit lane doing 120.6 kilometres an hour during the sole practice session before qualifying on Friday evening. That's 40 kilometres an hour above the 80-kilometre speed limit. It led to the stewards handing out the rare 4-figure fine for such an offence, which results in the competitor rather than the individual driver being punished, although I doubt it's going to eat into Christian Horner's budget too much throughout the season. But compared to the fines you and I get, it's pretty hefty. So let us know your thoughts on Perez's excessive speeding. I mean, you can't talk your way out of a speeding ticket when you're doing 50% above the limit. But more importantly, let us know your favourite moments from Friday at Silverstone. Was it just seeing Silverstone in the sun with a full crowd again? It meant a lot, I think, to British F1 fans. Or George Russell and that ovation he got doing that final and only timed lap in Q3, or even just seeing Hamilton put some more pressure on the Red Bulls. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and of course hit subscribe to stay up to date with everything that we're doing here at GP Fans.